In this last case I had little doubt that I had run up against a supernatural monster, and I meant to take every possible care, for the danger is abominable. I turned to now to fit the electric pentacle, setting it so that each of its points and veils coincided exactly with the points and veils of the drawn pentagram upon the floor. Then I connected up the battery, and the next instant the pale blue glare from the intertwining vacuum tubes shone out. I glanced about me then with something of a sigh of relief, and realized suddenly that the dusk was upon me, for the window was grey and unfriendly. Then round at the big empty room, over the double barrier of electric and candlelight. I had an abrupt, extraordinary sense of weirdness thrust upon me. In the air, you know, as it were, a sense of something inhuman impending. The room was full of the stench of bruised garlic, a smell I hate. I turned now to the camera and saw that it and the flashlight were in order. Then I tested my revolver carefully, though I had little thought that it would be needed. Yet to what extent materialization of an ab-natural creature is possible, given favourable conditions, no one can say. And I had no idea what horrible thing I was going to see or feel the presence of. I might, in the end, have to fight with a materialized monster. I did not know, and could only be prepared. You see, I never forgot that 3 other people had been strangled in the bed close to me, and the fierce slamming of the door I had heard myself. I had no doubt that I was investigating a dangerous and ugly case. By this time the night had come, though the room was very light with the burning candles, and I found myself glancing behind me constantly, and then all round the room. It was nervy work waiting for that thing to come. Then suddenly I was aware of a little cold wind sweeping over me, coming from behind. I gave one great nerve thrill, and a prickly feeling went all over the back of my head. Then I hove myself round with a sort of stiff jerk and stared straight against that queer wind. It seemed to come from the corner of the room to the left of the bed, the place where both times I had found the heap of tossed bedclothes. Yet I could see nothing unusual. No opening, nothing. Abruptly I was aware that all the candles were a-flicker in that unnatural wind. I believe I just squatted there and stared in a horribly frightened wooden way for some minutes. I shall never be able to let you know how disgustingly horrible it was, sitting in that vile cold wind. And then, flick, 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 all the candles round the outer barrier went out, and there was I, locked and sealed in that room, and with no light beyond the weakish blue glare of the electric pentacle. A time of abominable tenseness passed, and still that wind blew upon me. And then suddenly I knew that something stirred in the corner to the left of the bed. I was made conscious of it rather by some inward, unused sense than by either sight or sound, for the pale, short radius glare of the pentacle gave but a very poor light for seeing by. Yet as I stared, something began slowly to grow upon my sight, a moving shadow,